Hi guys, Phantom Claptrap here, and in today's new video I'm going to be doing a comparison, but you already know that because you read the title of the video. Well, I'm going to tell you anyways what it's going to be. So it's going to be TF2 versus Overwatch, two games that are compared a lot, and honestly they have their similarities, but they're few and far between. They're very different games. So right now I'm sitting on Overwatch's title screen, and I'm just going to tell you why you should listen to me. I have over 100 hours on Overwatch and almost 500 hours on TF2, so I know what I'm talking about when I talk about these games. I love both of them. I haven't played TF2 in a while, but I really liked TF2 for a while. I've kind of played Overwatch a lot more recently, as you can see from my YouTube channel. But I'm just going to start off with the basics of Overwatch. So, where they are compared a lot, and some people say Overwatch is a TF2 clone, I don't believe that, but some people say that, is because the diverse characters. So Overwatch has 22 characters, they started with 21, and it's a very diverse cast. They each has ultimate abilities, you can customize skins, but you can't customize weapons. That's where TF2 differs. And then the gameplay is also very similar to TF2. There's payload maps, there's King of the Hill-esque maps, and then there's control point maps. Same thing with TF2. So I'm just gonna quickly hop into a game and talk a little bit about Overwatch for a while. So, Overwatch and TF2 compared a lot. I think they're two very different games. So TF2 I think was released in 2007 by Valve. Overwatch was released in 2016 by Blizzard. Overwatch has really been the first game to give TF2 a run for its money. So an example of this is that around the time Overwatch was released, TF2's player base dropped drastically, the biggest drop it's seen ever. And that was thought to be because players from TF2 were coming to play Overwatch. And I admit that did happen because of me. I was a big TF2 player, and now I play Overwatch. So that definitely happened because in ways that are similar. The different heroes, the team size is a big difference. So in TF2 I think the team size can be 12 people or more, and you can only pick from 9 characters, where Overwatch it's 6-player teams and you can pick from 22 different characters. Another big thing, abilities. TF2 doesn't have abilities. There's no abilities in TF2. So Mercy, she can like fly to her teammates, as you see here. She can switch between this and her weapons, and then her ultimate ability is her resurrection. She can resurrect people, and TF2 doesn't have that. None of that. You can pick from different characters, and they have like passive abilities, I guess, but none like you see in Overwatch. But also TF2 and Overwatch, they have some characters that are very similar. The Sniper from TF2, Widowmaker, the Scout from TF2, and Tracer. So in some ways people say that they ripped off characters, and yes, I do think with the Sniper and Tracer they did kind of rip them off, but they're pretty good characters, so I don't blame them. So in a second here you're going to see me switch to TF2 gameplay, and I'm going to start talking about TF2, and then at the end I'm going to do kind of a wrap up and talk about what I think. Just a little bit more about Overwatch is in TF2 there's no really switching to counter, whereas Overwatch that's a big part, switching to counter people. So let's say the enemy team has a certain hero and you have to switch to counter that hero. Like let's say they have 2 Tracers. You might switch to Winston to counter the Tracers. That's a common tactic. Whereas in TF2 there isn't really any of that. And team composition, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter, but it's not as important. Because team composition in Overwatch is, I would say, more important than skill in some ways. Because you could have a team full of really skillful players, but if they don't have a good team comp, then they're done. So now I'm going to switch over to TF2 gameplay It'll be a little bit for me, but it'll be instant for you. See you there. And I'm back. So this time I'm in TF2. So TF2. One thing I forgot to mention: Overwatch costs $40 if you're getting the base game, and $60 for the Origins edition. TF2 is free. Now, both games have microtransactions. TF2 does it in the form of cosmetics, whereas Overwatch kind of does it, but not really. So, the way Overwatch does it is they have loot boxes. It's very similar to TF2's crates, except the loot, you get 4 things from a loot box instead of just 1 thing from a crate, and it's easier to get rare items. So, TF2, the way they do it is they have their shop, and you can buy keys and crates for your crates, or you can just buy cosmetics themselves, or weapons. Weapons are kind of pointless to buy though because you find them in game. So that's another thing. Items. So TF2 does have cosmetics. Sorry. So you can equip cosmetics, as you can see there, but also you can change guns with TF2. That is something you can't do in Overwatch. Gun changing. And I kind of do and don't like it. So, now, to be perfectly honest with you, I haven't played TF2 in a long time. Pretty much, I haven't played it, like, a lot since the start of Overwatch. I've played a little bit since then, but not really. So, I'm going to have to go through all this. I'm going to play some, control points. So, TF2, I would say, whereas Overwatch is a very strategy-based game, what I mean by that is where to set up a turret, who to pick, who to switch to counter the other team's heroes. Whereas TF2, it's very skill-based. So, if you're good as a soldier and the other team's soldier isn't that good, your team might win. If your team has a higher skill base than the enemy team, you're probably going to win. Whereas in Overwatch, if your team comp is better, you're probably going to win. Now, I'm not saying that team composition in TF2 doesn't matter, or skill in Overwatch doesn't matter. They very much do, but it's very important in Overwatch to have a good team comp, and it's very important to be highly skilled in TF2. So, I would say that those are where the games lie. TF2, it only has 9 characters to play from. Now, they do make it more diverse by allowing you to switch weapons, so depending on which weapons you use, it can be a totally different hero. Sorry about that, let me turn down my sound. Okay, so I'm back, everything should be fixed. So, this new UI up at the top, I'm not used to. I haven't really played TF2 at all, like I said, in a while. So this must be a new update. So, TF2, you can have huge teams like you see here. I'm playing as a scout right now. And I just killed a pyro. So, let me just show you something. 9 characters to choose from. There's offense, defense, and support, similar to Overwatch, except Overwatch also has a tank class. So, there's that. Another thing that they have in common is both release updates very often. So, like, Overwatch had its Summer Games update. Overwatch had its, or is having, I should say, its Halloween update, and I'm sure there's going to be a Christmas update in the future. And this is similar to TF2. They release seasonal updates, which is nice, with special items for events. TF2s don't seem to last quite as long. I think TF2s will be releasing soon. They usually release it a week or 2 before Halloween and end it a couple days after. So there's that. TF2 has many more maps. It makes it a little bit more interesting. Like, like I said, I've played 500 hours of TF2, and even I haven't played all the maps. Also, TF2 has more game modes than Overwatch. But of course, TF2 is, I think, almost 10 years old, so it's had a lot more time to develop new game modes and other such things. But it does suffer a little bit from the lack of more characters to play from, and I've seen that now from playing Overwatch. Overwatch definitely does benefit from the more heroes. It makes games a lot more diverse. And I heard TF2 release a new competitive mode. I haven't tried it yet, so I can't tell you about it. One last thing I'm going to talk about is their art style. Now, their art style is kind of similar. Both are kind of cartoony, but this helps both of the games, I would say, in a big way, because it allows the games to stick on timeless, because a cartoony art style will never get old, really. But if you try to be realistic, once a more realistic game comes out, your cartoon or your art style, I should say, is already outdated. Whereas with the cartoony art style, it's very creative. Okay, so that's all I have to say for today. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back in a couple days, hopefully. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with what game you want me to play next. I've been the fan from Claptrap. Thanks for watching.